Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this look right here. It is a really hot, fun, red, berry, golden smoky eye, perfect for summer. I wanted to really play with color this time of year. I did play around with this Main Squeeze palette by ColourPop, and it's one of their monochromatic palettes. It's the kind of like their all red palette. I believe this is, no, I don't know if this is newer than the blue one, but it is pretty new, and this was the first time I had ever played with it. I love the shade selection, and I really wanted a palette that had all the reds and the goldens and the berries that I was looking for in one place. Like, this is my go-to all warm reddish palette now, and I love it. I think you can get so many fun, amazing looks. And this shade Home Slice, what I used initially all over my lid, it's kind of like a satin, just provided the most beautiful base for another duochrome shimmer on top and another glitter on top. So I really had fun playing with color, and I hope you guys enjoy this look. If you want to see how to get this look, don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you know when I post, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Okay, I am starting off by priming my lids with my Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer and just patting that in with my fingertips. One of my favorite primers ever. And then I'm taking the ColourPop Main Squeeze palette, the star of the show today. This was the first time I had ever used the palette. Obviously, it looks brand freaking new. And I am just starting off with the shade Big Gulp on this Morphe M504. Just as my initial transition shade. It's like kind of a nice peachy medium tone to get the look started. I'm just applying that liberally on my lid and throughout my crease. Then I'm taking the shade Like It's Hot, which is a pressed pigment on my Morphe M441. And because it is a pressed pigment, it's a little bit more pigmented, no pun intended, but also it'll take a little bit more effort to blend through. But just be patient. Once you get there, the payoff is really nice and worth it. But also, that's why applying a primer is very important so that you don't stain your lids. I'm taking the M504 and I'm just re-blending those edges after that shade just to make sure there are no harsh edges. And then I'm taking the shade Seed Money, and on the small Luxie brush, I'm just kind of focusing that on my outer V, really deeply just packing that in there for a little bit extra definition. And then I'm going in with the shade Home Slice, which is really beautiful. And on this Luxie flat shader brush, I'm just dragging that through out my lid, all over my lid. This is really, really beautiful and pigmented. As you can see, I'm not wetting it at all. It is also a pressed pigment, so that's why the payoff was really, really intense and really beautiful. And I'm just kind of carving out my entire lid with this shade. And again, blending the edges out. Then I'm going back in, well, not back in, I'm going in with the shade Red Bottoms on this Morphe M506, and I'm just focusing that in my outer corner as well, but more liberally. I'm not packing it on per se, I'm just kind of putting it in one spot and then blending it through. And now moving on to the face, I am taking the Touch in Sol No Pore Blum Prime Essence. It's not to be confused with the No Pore Blum Primer. This is a little bit more watery, but it does claim to still fill in your pores. Then I'm taking the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus Foundation, an oldie but a goodie, in the shade Golden Beige. This is one of my favorites ever. And on this big V1 brush from BH Cosmetics, I am just blending that in. This is a powder brush, but I do like to use it for foundation because it just blends out product very quickly. And then I am going in with the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer in the shade Macaron. And I'm just buffing that in with my Ulta foundation brush. And yeah, I also spot concealed with that. And this is a great concealer for that because it is more thick. And of course, Maple had to make an appearance because she's my baby. And yeah, just blending that in. Then I'm moving on to my Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. You guys see this in every makeup tutorial I do. Just packing that under my eyes with my small tapered brush from e.l.f. This is an absolute must. I don't set my eyes with anything ever other than this. Then I'm taking something new. This is the Joah Beauty Selfie Ready Translucent Powder. The texture kind of reminds me of the hard candy powder. It's very fine. I'm still testing it out, but so far so good. Then I'm moving on to bronzer with the BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in the shade Bronze Babe. There we go. And then I'm also dragging that down my nose as well to contour lightly. And then I am taking the BH Cosmetics Floral Blush in the shade, I believe this one is Fiji Fun, and I'm just putting that on my cheeks. And then I am doing my brows with like the only brow pencil I've ever been using this entire month. This is the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. Combing that through with the spoolie, it's just freaking amazing. It's so precise, but really easy to buff out. Taking another obsession of mine, this is the Milk Makeup Brow Gel, Kush Brow Gel rather, in the shade Dutch. It's a dark brown, and I love this gel. More to come in my favorites video. Then I'm going to move back to my eyes, and I'm going to take that center duochrome called Maraschino. It's like a reddish golden duochrome, and I love... excuse me, and I love it. It's such a beautiful touch to apply all over the lid on top of that Home Slice shade. Then I'm taking this golden shade called Juicy Fruit, and I wanted a bright gold inner corner, so I popped that into my inner corner. And then to kind of define my lash line, my upper lash line, I applied Red Bottoms, that deep purple shade. And then this is a really, really pretty ColourPop Super Shock shadow that I recently got in the mail. And this one is called Okay. It's from the Delilah collection. And I am adding that to my lids on top of that Maraschino shade because I wanted a gold pop. And I thought this really made the look come to life. So I love it. Then I'm putting on some Ardell Wispies. Nothing too dramatic. I just wanted a little extra touch. And then I am going back in with that Red Bottoms shade on my lower lash line. This is a BH Cosmetics brush. I'm really smoking that out on my lower lash line, but I'm not going to do anything too precise. I just wanted to kind of add a little bit of definition. Then I'm going back in with that Like It's Hot shade, and I'm just taking that on a bigger pencil brush. This is a Lexi pencil brush, and I'm just buffing that underneath that Red Bottoms shade. And then for a little extra touch, I'm applying that same ColourPop Super Shock shadow Okay along my lower lash line as well. And then I'm taking this Wet n Wild Mega Volume Mascara. I recently got it. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not a huge fan of Wet n Wild mascaras. I bought it because it was so inexpensive and I wanted to give it a shot. It's okay. It's nothing to write home about, but I thought because I was wearing lashes already, it would be good to just mesh the two together. Then I'm moving on to highlighting. This is the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in the shade Summer Haze. Really, really beautiful. Very sparkly, very intense, but just perfect for this look in my opinion. Highlighting my collarbones. It's summertime, guys. You gotta live your best bronze life. Also highlighting my brow bone with my Essence pencil brush. And my inner corners as well. Okay, and then I'm taking this Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in the shade 09 Spice. And I'm just lining my lips as well as kind of filling in my lips a little bit. And then I'm taking this gloss, which I love. This is a ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Onboard. It's a really pretty peachy golden metallic, and I thought it just tied in so perfectly with the eyes because they're already so bold, but I wanted a little bit of warmth and golden sparkle to my lips. So yeah, there you have it, you guys. That is a tutorial on this fun, festive, red hot look. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!